off to turn 9 of legendary Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So, we need to draw the villain deck first, and it's more Hellhounds. We have to advance the dark because they're ambushing. Let's slide Darla and Lily over. Place the Hellhounds in. Advance the dark. What do we have? Well, I've got 4 Watchers here and 2 Initiative Soldiers. Unfortunately, I don't have enough Initiative Soldiers to do any damage to anything. I think I'm just going to get me a potential. We're going to buy a potential and end my turn. Now we go to turn number 10. What do we get this time? We get the 3. This is an Order of Aurelius card. The 3 get plus attack. I don't know if you can see that. They get plus attack equal to the dark. So they're a minimum of 3. Right now the dark for them is essentially 0. So there's no negative dark. It's not -1 right now. It's just 0. So they're 3 to kill. You see, we're getting to the point now where Sunnydale is full of villains. It looks like it could be possible we're going to have an escaped villain here. Alright, so we've got 4 Watchers. We've got 4 Watchers. We've got 1 Initiative Soldier. Unfortunately, I can't do any attacking with that. But we've got our Sophist card. This was, or Sophist or Sophist. I can KO one of my Watchers and gain a potential Slayer and place it directly into my hand. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, this is the first time we're going to KO something. I'm going to kill off Wesley Wyndham-Pryce because there are so many more clones of Wesley Wyndham-Pryce available. He's gone, but in trade I get a potential and she goes directly into my hand. So she's now in my hand. If I can choose to use this immediately to discard to advance the light, or I can play her for 2 more for a total of 5 and actually purchase something from here. I think I want to get Death Is Your Gift because this is a really good card. If we do enter the dark, or if I have the Buffy card that lets me play dark abilities while we're in the light, then this is a really powerful card right now. As I was saying before, you get +1 attack for each villain in Sunnydale. There are 5 villains in Sunnydale. This means this card is worth 7. We're buying that. And we're going to end my turn. On to turn 11. Oh yes, we need to always remember to repopulate the library whenever we remove a hero from it. Alright, what do we got this time? It's Herbert the Pig, a bystander. Alright, so Herbert the Pig is going to be captured by the villain that is nearest to the villain deck. In this case, the 3. So the 3 at the Hellmouth here are going to capture Herbert the Pig. They're holding him hostage. Poor Herbert. So now what do we have? We've got some Watchers. I've got a potential. We've got the Research Guy card. We're going to definitely play that card. And then we've got the Xander card, which we might be trying to play here in a second. Depends on what I end up wanting to do here. So the first thing we're going to do though is we're going to go ahead and play Research Guy, which I believe we saw this before. Reveal the top card of my deck. All I'm going to do is peek at the top card of my deck. If it's a Watcher or a Slayer, then I gain a Courage token. If it's neither, then we just put it back. It doesn't matter either way. And as you can see, it is not a watch, it's a Scooby. So we just put it right back. So unfortunately this didn't pan out, but we still get the 2 recruitment points that come with him. And then we have another 2 here for the potential. With just 2 attack, there's nothing I can kill. So I'm going to keep the potential. We've got 4, 7. I say we need to buy Prophecy Girl for 2. That leaves me with 5. Hey, it's Pretty Pants. Alright, we can buy him for 2. And that leaves us with 3. Oh, and now we got Xander. So we got Xander's unique card, which is 7. 7 is what I started with. If he was already out there, it would have been great. I could have just bought the Latent Soldier Know-How card for Xander. But unfortunately, no, not possible. So with the remaining 3 that I have, rather than buying one of the Willow cards, I'm going to buy a Potential Slayer. And then I'm going to end my turn. Alright, I've got 4. I need to shuffle player 1's deck. Alright, and then deal 2 more. So now we're off to turn number 12. Let's grab the next card of the villain deck. And it's Hellhounds. Alright, so we're going to see the escaped villains mechanic work here. Now, this is the part where it's important order of operations. The first thing you do is you attempt to place the villain in Sunnydale. If you can't, then you advance. So advancing causes Gaknar to escape. And we'll go ahead and slide the other cards over here. Now, Gaknar's escape means immediately we need to go through here and destroy something that's worth 6 or less. That's going to be really easy. I'm going to KO this. Then, if there were any... oh yeah, and then we immediately replace it with this. Hey, we got a nice Xander card. If there were any bystanders that had been captured that were taken away by the escaped villain, then we would need for each player to discard a card, but that didn't happen, so we skipped that part. If the escaped villain has an escape effect on the card, Gaknar does not. And then finally, we advance the dark. So we're now at dark 1. And we can place the Hellhounds. And the Hellhounds have that ambush ability to advance the dark. So now that they're placed, now we activate their ambush ability, which advances the dark again. We're at dark 2. This doesn't look particularly good right now. Might be a good time to use this Potential Slayer. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. So, instead of playing this Potential Slayer, we're going to discard her to advance the light. So we're going to go from dark 2 to dark 1. If we kill the 3, we rescue Herbert the Pig. I think what we're going to do is, because the 3 get plus attack equal to the dark is 1, so they're 4. So I'm going to use the 3 initiative soldiers plus the Scourge token to give me 4 attack. And we're going to defeat the 3, so I get them. We rescue Herbert the Pig. Now Herbert the Pig's ability on rescue is that we gain a courage token, so we get our courage token right back, which is great. So now our courage token comes back, and because we defeated a villain at Sunnydale High, we get to advance the light, and we are now at light 1. So that all worked out really well. All I have left now are just a couple watchers, and there's nothing to buy, so I'm ending my turn. Oh, and I need 1 more, so I'm going to have to shuffle. Alright, so we now have our hand of 6. So now we're on to Lucky 13, turn number 13. Player 1 draws from the villain deck, and we get Luke from the Order of Aurelius. Luke thankfully doesn't have an ambush ability. I was getting a little tired of the ambushes, but you know what, there's 10 Hellhounds in the villain deck, so we're bound to hit some of them. So we've got Willow's My Will Be Done, which I think we're going to end up using. Oh, we got lots of good cards here. We've got Prophecy Girl, we've got Old Broody Pants, and we've got My Will Be Done. My Will Be Done lets me gain a card from the library that costs 4 or less and put it into my hand. But if it's not this symbol, then we advanced the dark twice. So we're going to end up probably taking this. Which then I would put this into my hand, right? Because this is what it says to do. I get to gain it and put it directly into my hand. Let's draw a card to replace it. Let's take our initiative soldiers and put them back into my hand. This allows me to draw a card and then discard a card or advance the dark, and then I get +1 because I've got this. So I'm going to draw a card, and then I need to discard a card or advance the dark. So here's the fun part. I get to discard this card, so I'm going to discard the potential Slayer to advance the light. So we're going to just discard her, and boom, we go to 2. Alright, so now we're back where we were. We avoided the damage that Willow could have cost us. But we got old Broody Pants here, Angel here, lets us advance the light, so now we're at light 3. I've got a Watcher, probably not going to be able to use it. Well, actually, there's 2 here, so that's 3. I might be able to pick up another potential. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and use these 2 to pick up a potential Slayer. Now, Prophecy Girl gives me 2 attack as well. So that gets me up to 6 attack. Now, unfortunately, that's not enough to go after the big bad. To go after the Master, I need 7. And I don't have a Courage token, so I can't get to 7. Since I'm in the light side, I don't have to worry about any dark bonuses for the Master. I would say we need to go after Darla right now. Now, here's the weird thing, and I haven't figured this out yet. I'm going to play it this way anyway, but Darla says 5+. The plus tends to imply that there's an ability on the card that can potentially increase her attack power. But it doesn't say anything on here other than when she ambushes, which is when she first came out. Which means there must be another card, potentially somewhere, that increases her attack power. I just don't see it here. So as far as I'm concerned, it's 5 to kill her. So we're going to kill her for 5. And as you can see, fighting advances the light. So I'm going to spend the 5 of my 6 attack to defeat Darla. And we rescue Lily. So we've now rescued another bystander. Rescuing Lily allows us to draw 2 cards and then discard 1. So we draw 1 and 2 cards and then discard a card. I'm going to... I think I'm going to discard the Watchers because we're about to advance the light again anyway. I'm going to put this over here and then hang on to this. I might want to actually use this, but first we need to do this part, the advance the light for defeating. Here's where we hit the top. So we're about to advance to here, which is gain a courage and move to light 1. So we move back to light 1, and player 1 gains a courage token. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this potential. There's no reason to hang on to it. There's not another Broody Pants over here, because if there was, or a Prophecy Girl, these are both worth 2. If there were, then I could use this to buy one of those. But there's not. So I'm going to discard her to advance the light. And now we're at light 2. And now I'm going to end my turn. That was a very productive turn. Very productive turn. Unfortunately, not quite enough attack to go after the big bad, but you can see we're getting there. You can see that we are getting close to the point where we're going to have enough attack built up that we can actually attack the big bad. Okay, now it's turn 14. It's a scheme twist. Alright, so this is the good news is that we're on the light side of the light-dark track. And if we're on the light side, then we set the scheme twist next to the light and set the dark to 3. So the good thing is we didn't have to worry about that. The bad thing is the dark, we're all the way down at dark 3 now. So in the meantime, well, we got a little broody pants and we got a potential. I say we're going to probably use both of these. We got Buffy's Prophecy Girl. So what I'm going to do is we're going to discard. We're going to discard this potential to advance. We're playing Angel's attack card, old broody pants, to advance as well. So now the light is, now we're back up to dark 1, which is good. We have 4 total attack, and I've got 3 watchers over here that I can spend on. And it looks like really the only thing I'd be able to do is spend the 3 watchers to buy a potential slayer, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to buy a potential. And then with our 4 attack, we're going to go after something here. Let's do this. How about we wipe out the Hellhounds? That'll allow us to advance the light, and we're back at light 1. Again, things are looking really good. It looked really bad there for a second, but we recovered pretty well. So, that was turn 14. So now we're ready for turn 15. Sunnydale's looking a little less crowded. Alright, so slide this down, place the Hellhounds in. They're ambushes, but they advance the dark. We're getting used to that, aren't we? But that's what all these potentials are for. We've got some watchers here, 3 watchers. We've got this, which I'm going to discard to advance the light. I've got an initiative soldier, and then I've got him. I've got Xander's, if it is dark, set the light to 1. You know what? I am going to reverse something here because this actually is beneficial. I'm going to cheat, I'm sorry, but we're going to back up 1 step. If you think about, like, there's the rule in Mage Knight where you can back up and redo things as long as it doesn't change, as long as no new information had been introduced. So I know nothing new. All I know is that I had this card and I had this card, and I discarded it to advance the light. So we can slide this back to dark 1. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to play Xander's card first, which is if it is dark, set the light to 1. So if I play that card first, I can set the light to 1. Then discard the potential. And it brings the light all the way to 2. There you can see how the order of events makes a huge difference sometimes. So I have 3 attack, again, enough to fight something. We can beat something up. Unfortunately, I don't have the attack to advance the light again, but that's alright, it's at 2. We should just go ahead and kill one of these Hellhounds. And it doesn't, to me, it doesn't really matter which one. I think we'll just kill these, the ones that just came out. Then we have our 3 watchers. I am going to purchase a potential. And end my turn. Oh, 5, I have to shuffle again. Turn 16, this will be the final turn of this video, and then we'll we'll pause and we'll pick up on turn 17 in the next video. So let's see what the last card is for this video. Another scheme twist. Again, good news. We got ourselves on the light side, so the scheme twist goes here. Unfortunately, the dark falls all the way to 3, but we avoided another step toward losing the game. And that's the important thing, and it's really important right now because we haven't even fought the Master once yet. And we have to fight and beat this big bad 4 times. So hopefully we are close to the point where we're going to really start hurting, bringing the hurt. So there's 3 Watchers, I've got 2 Initiative Soldiers, and I've got the Sophist card again, which lets me KO a Watcher. I'm going to do that. And gain a Potential Slayer into my hand. I am going to use the Potential Slayer immediately to, I'm discarding her to advance the dark to 2. And I think that's going to end my turn because I only have to attack otherwise. I don't have anything else I can really do right now. But as you can see, Sunnydale looks fairly safe right now. There are no captured bystanders. There are 3 villains in Sunnydale and no immediate danger of a villain escaping right now. And we only have 1 scheme twist on the dark side, and 4 are required to lose. So we're doing well there. Where we really need to start concentrating is building up some attack so that we can start going after the Master. And also we need to get back onto the light side of the light-dark tracks before we attack him, because again, this scheme's special rule and the Master's ability, both of which double up on the bonus to the Master's attack power when in the dark. So dark 2 means right now he is 11 and not 9. So it's very important that we get to the light side so that he's only 7. So we'll go ahead and finish our turn here. Draw our hand of 6. Oh, look at that. Oh, my draw deck is empty. Got a hand. Alright, so we're going to pause it here. That was the end of turn 16. The next video will pick up on turn 17. Until next time, this is Wild One signing off.